Welcome, everybody. This is Ava filling in for John. Welcome to Mertech.com's Daily News Update Extra. We are sharing a video snippet that provides no nonsense, common sense, logic, and truth. I am following this channel and given this video a thumbs up. The link to this video is in the description box below. Please follow Mertech on Rumble. Give me a thumbs up and share this information far and wide. This great news update will begin momentarily. Thank you and may God bless.
Glenn, just because I don't feel you've gotten enough annoying people sound bites to react to, I bring you Kamala Harris.
The cherry on the cake.
She's represented by CAA, who is clearly having trouble getting her bookings because she's over in Australia giving a speech to a real estate convention, which I have been represented by CAA. Let me tell you, this is not the highbrow booking, okay? No offense to my Aussie real estate friends, but this, I'm sure Kamala Harris was hoping for something a little more prestigious and in the US. She's not getting it because no one wants to pay for her, of course, because she just says nothing. She's one big walking air sandwich. So she goes over there. And what's interesting is I guess she forgot that there's a camera on her because we are familiar with these lines, but maybe the Aussies aren't. And she rolls out this old chestnut, Glenn, which we heard from her so many times during the campaign. Here it is in SOT 22.
I don't hear no. I eat no for breakfast. I don't hear no until maybe the 10th time. I cannot tell you the many times that it has been explicitly or implicitly said to me, it's not your time. You're not ready. They're not ready. Nobody like you has done this. And then when I love, oh, it's going to be a lot of hard work. Don't you listen.
I eat no for breakfast. You lost by 2.3 million votes and you lost every single swing state. It was a hard no, and you did take it because you had no alternative. She doesn't eat no for breakfast. No ate her lunch. It's amazing.
She was also a national laughing stock because of her complete lack of political skill or ability, including being forced out to drop out of the 2020 race before a single vote was cast. And she had absolutely no idea what she was talking about on anything other than law and prosecutions. But also, you know, there were articles recently about Joe Biden's difficulty in having that post-presidential, you know, suck up of millions of dollars because they go speak to think tank groups or investment banks or get paid massive amounts for speeches. Nobody wants to hear Joe Biden speak because everyone knows his brain is melting, but also because he has this stench of defeat and scandal and loserishness. And no one really wanted to hear Biden before. Same with Kamala Harris. She was, I mean, the way the media pretended for about 2 months that she was some cultural phenomenon that the entire country was coalescing around because they were so excited by her dynamism and charisma was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And what would Kamala Harris have to say about anything? And also, don't you think it's odd that the last 2 or 3 weeks of her presidency was devoted to the idea that Trump really was a fascist, really was Hitler, really was coming to dismantle democracy? He then wins, gets into office, and she just disappears. Yeah. Like she has, as a citizen of the United States,
Hitler's
she's not
in there.
Using her platform. Yeah, she's going to like Broadway shows and then that weird wouldn't you be so embarrassed to go give a paid speech to real estate interests in Australia because everybody would know that that's the only people who are willing to have you?
Right. That's the problem is like, you know, it'd be one thing if that were like the heels of a 10-city tour and like, okay, she wanted to see Australia, but this is something else entirely. I assume this was not a Freudian slip, but you said during the last few weeks of her presidency, and I got a shiver down my
campaign.
Spine.
Yes, I'm sorry to alarm people in case they thought I was aware of a history that wasn't real.
No, unnecessary bile came up there, Glenn. Let me give you one more because this is another one of her favorites. Back on the topic of, well, you'll hear SOT 21.
Part of the key to our survival is that we are adaptable, but we are also ambitious. I applaud ambition. I think it is a good
She's
thing
drunk again.
to reach, but not without also understanding that in so doing, one must do the hard work.
Oh,
One
God.
must understand the context in which they exist. One must be respectful.
It's the same. It's the same pablum. Ambition, aspirations, and dreams and hard work. The context in which you exist. She's got no other tools in her arsenal. She has a single small set of words, and only those words can ever be used in any public setting, Glenn.
I'm not saying this for a fact. Like, I would honestly pay not to hear that speech more readily than I would pay to hear it. You know, the thing that I just realized, and I've realized it before, but it kind of came to me in this like very specific way with that really particularly like just grating clip. She talks in like with the kind of superficial wisdom of like a very basic self-help book, like the kind of paperback that you pick up about how to like, you know, seize the future or whatever. And they're very simplistic ideas, but she says them as though they're the most profound philosophical revelations. And the like incompatibility of the way she delivers it as though she's so thoughtful and perceptive and brilliant, combined with the utter idiocy and simplicity of what she's telling you. Like it's like a 6th grade lecture on like believing in yourself and nothing more other than like these drunk guys that are sometimes annoying. It's one of the worst things to have to sit and listen to and endure. I'd rather watch Michelle Obama's podcast.
Right. I can't remember what show or movie it was, but they were mocking like the self-help industry. And some character had just read a book or written one called Into Me See, right? Like Into Me See. That's Kamala Harris. Yeah, I bet she would buy such a book and then repeat its musings as though they were her own and true profundities. This July,